The Biafran Liberation Army, led by Commander Butuzo, clashed with the Nigeria terrorist army in a heavy gun battle in Orsu, Imo State in the southeastern part of Nigeria, now referred to as Biafra land, destroy their checkpoints and kill some of them while others fled. This news update discusses ongoing conflict between the Biafran Liberation Army and the Nigerian terrorist army, often referred to as Musa Boys in Orsu, Imo State, with allegations of destructions caused by the Nigerian terrorist army, including property damage through airstrikes. A fighter jet strike by Musa Boys destroyed a house, but fortunately no lives were lost. An eyewitness expressed gratitude to God for the fact that no life was lost during the airstrike by the Nigerian terrorist army. He stresses the importance of self-defense against Nigerian forces, citing international laws like the UN Chapter 51, which supports the right to defend oneself. Meanwhile, Finnish authorities has lifted most restrictions on Simon Ekpa, a key figure in the Biafran movement. His legal and political actions are described as causing significant challenges to the Nigerian government. Accusations are made against the Nigerian government for allegedly attacking innocent civilians at night, labeling such actions as cowardly compared to facing the Biafran defense forces directly. He emphasizes the need for unity among all groups in the Biafran region, calling for the rejection of internal divisions and divide-and-rule strategies. Discussions highlight the recognition of cultural and ethnic ties among different groups in the region, like the Ekpa people identifying as Igbos, breaking colonial-era narratives of division. He reinforces the inevitability of Biafra's emergence as an independent state, fueled by widespread support and spiritual conviction. The Nigerian media and government are accused of spreading propaganda and failing to address the root causes of unrest and demands for autonomy. He appealed for Biafrans to focus on unity, effective organization, and resistance against perceived oppression to achieve their goals. Let me tell you a story about a place called Orsu in Imo State, which is in southeastern Nigeria. You may not have heard much about Orsu before, but recently it has become a center of conflict, a place where the voices of struggle and resistance are loud, and the desire for change is undeniable. This is the story of the clash between the Biafran Liberation Army and the Nigerian army. The Biafran Liberation Army, led by Commander Butuzo, is a group that believes in fighting for what they call Biafra land. They want their region to be recognized as a separate country, independent from Nigeria. The Nigerian army, often referred to as the Musa Boys in this area, represents the government's effort to maintain control. These two sides are in a battle that goes far beyond weapons and checkpoints. It is a battle about identity, freedom, and survival. Recently, in Orsu, the Biafran Liberation Army and the Nigerian army engaged in a gunfight that left many people shaken. It was not a small skirmish. It was a heavy battle that turned the once peaceful streets into a war zone. The Biafran Liberation Army destroyed several Nigerian army checkpoints, pushing back the forces stationed there. Some Nigerian soldiers were killed while others fled. For the Biafran Liberation Army, it was a victory in their fight to protect what they see as their homeland. But for the people of Orsu, it was another day of fear and uncertainty. What makes this even more heartbreaking is the destruction caused not just by ground forces, but also by the Nigerian army's fighter jets. Imagine this: a fighter jet flies low over a village and drops a missile. It misses its intended target and hits a house instead. This is exactly what happened in Orsu. An innocent man's house was destroyed in the blink of an eye. Thankfully, no one was inside the house at the time and no lives were lost. But the damage was done. The house was gone, and with it, a piece of someone's life, memories, and sense of security. One witness who saw the aftermath couldn't hide his relief that no one was hurt. "Thank God no one was inside," he said. His words were filled with gratitude but also anger. He talked about how the people of Orsu are tired of seeing their homes and properties destroyed. They are tired of living in fear, "This is what we go through every day," he added, his voice heavy with frustration. For him and many others, the fighter jet attack was just another reminder of the dangers they face and the need to protect themselves. This brings us to the question of self-defense. The people of Orsu and the Biafran Liberation Army believe that defending their land is not just a choice, but a necessity. They point to international laws, like Article 51 of the United Nations Charter, which states that self-defense is a fundamental right. They argue that when a people are under attack, they have every right to protect themselves, their families, and their land. In the middle of all this, there is another figure whose name you should know. His name is Ekpa. Simon Ekpa is a key leader in the Biafran independence movement. Recently, Simon Ekpa had been under restrictions imposed by Finnish authorities, but most of those restrictions have now been lifted. This has been seen as a victory for Simon Ekpa and the Biafran movement. It allows Simon Ekpa to continue his work, advocating for Biafran independence and challenging the Nigerian government through legal and political means. Simon Ekpa's role in this struggle cannot be overstated. He has become a thorn in the side of the Nigerian government, using his legal expertise to expose what he sees as injustices and corruption. Many in the Biafran movement look up to Simon Ekpa as a symbol of resistance and hope. For the Nigerian government, however, Simon Ekpa is a problem they would rather not have to deal with. But the story of Orsu is not just about battles and leaders. It is also about the people who live there, people who are caught in the middle of this conflict. These are ordinary men, women and children who just want to live their lives in peace. Unfortunately, peace is hard to come by in Orsu. There are allegations that the Nigerian army has been targeting civilians in night raids. Imagine being asleep in your home, thinking you are safe, only to be attacked in the dead of night. It is a horrifying thought, and for many in Orsu, it is a reality. The Biafran Liberation Army has condemned these attacks, calling them cowardly. They accuse the Nigerian army of being too afraid to face them directly in battle, choosing instead to attack innocent civilians who cannot fight back. If you are truly an army, fight us during the day, they say. Do not sneak into villages at night to harm women and children. It is a strong accusation, but one that resonates with many people in the region. What makes this situation even more complicated is the issue of identity and unity among the people of southeastern Nigeria. Over the years, colonial-era policies and internal divisions have created rifts among the different ethnic groups in the region. Some groups have distanced themselves from their Igbo identity, a move that has only weakened their collective strength. Take the Ikwere people, for example. For a long time, many Ikwere people denied being Igbo, even though they speak the Igbo language, bear Igbo names, and follow Igbo customs. Recently, however, there has been a shift. More and more Ikwere people are embracing their Igbo heritage, realizing that their shared identity is a source of strength, not weakness. The same can be said for the Anioma people in Delta State. Historically, some Anioma people tried to separate themselves from the Igbo identity, but that too is changing. There is a growing recognition that the Anioma people are part of the larger Igbo family. This is an important step toward unity, which is crucial for the success of the Biafran movement. The spirit of Biafra is alive and well, not just in Orsu but across southeastern Nigeria. It is a spirit that refuses to be extinguished, no matter how many obstacles are thrown in its path. People believe that Biafra is not just a dream, but an inevitability. They see it as a wave that cannot be stopped, a movement that will one day achieve its goal of independence. Of course, the Nigerian government and its media have their own narrative. They label the Biafran movement as a threat to national unity, accusing its leaders of spreading propaganda. But for the people on the ground, the struggle is not about propaganda. It is about survival. It is about reclaiming their identity and their right to determine their own future. As the conflict continues, there is a growing call for unity among the people of southeastern Nigeria. They are rejecting the divide and rule tactics that have kept them apart for so long. They are embracing their shared history and culture, realizing that they are stronger together than they are apart. It is a lesson that has taken years to learn, but one that is now guiding the Biafran movement forward. So what does the future hold for Orsu and the people fighting for Biafra? It is hard to say. The road ahead is long and filled with challenges, but one thing is clear: the people of Orsu are not giving up. They are determined to protect their land, their culture, and their identity. They are determined to make their voices heard, no matter how loud the opposition may be. This is not just a story about a conflict. It is a story about resilience, unity, and hope. It is a story about a people who refuse to be silenced, who refuse to let fear dictate their lives. And as the people of Orsu continue to fight for their future, they remind us all of the power of determination and the strength of the human spirit. As we continue this story, it's important to reflect on how history has shaped the current situation in Orsu and southeastern Nigeria as a whole. The struggles of the people there didn't just begin with the recent clashes between the Biafran Liberation Army and the Nigerian army. It is rooted in decades of political, economic, and cultural marginalization. If you dig into Nigeria's history, you'll find that the seeds of this conflict were sown long ago. After gaining independence from British colonial rule in 1960, Nigeria inherited a system designed to benefit a few at the expense of many. The Igbo people, who are the majority in southeastern Nigeria, have often felt excluded from key positions of power and influence. Over time, this feeling of exclusion turned into frustration and then into resistance. In 1967, the eastern region of Nigeria, led by Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu, declared independence as the Republic of Biafra. What followed was a brutal civil war that lasted for 3 years. The Nigerian government, backed by foreign powers, crushed the secessionist movement, leaving millions dead and the region devastated. But even though the war ended, the dream of Biafra did not die. It has lived on in the hearts of many, passed down from generation to generation. Today, the younger generation in southeastern Nigeria sees Biafra not just as a dream, but as a necessity. They look around and see a country where opportunities are scarce and corruption is rampant. They see their region lacking in infrastructure, education, and healthcare, despite being rich in natural resources. They see their culture and language being eroded by policies that favor a centralized Nigerian identity over regional diversity. For many young people, the Biafran movement offers hope. It is a way to reclaim their dignity and build a future where they can thrive.
I'm saying, the security men, the security agents, they know what to do. If you are here now, they will take record of what is on ground, what they saw, and they know what to do. So not like the men all come. I get what I'm saying. Don't panic. Above everything, God is God. It is always God. He will protect his people. We thank God that no life was lost. I get what I'm saying. All just property, which we know. Once there is life, there is road. When they rule out, God will provide for you. He will do another thing. He will do it. So thank God that they don't run. So we should not panic. Let us go about our normal business. Today we Sunday. So let us get church in our church. Let us get church. The men come. The police people or the policemen, when they come, they will take assessment of what is on ground and they will know where they will start from. So that is what I want to tell us. I'm one of the general of Chief Abekume is in Abuja. I was in there here, what is happening. And I will relay the information back to him. And I know something must be done. So not blind remain not come. Make that alone.
Ending to legal issues, and he's hitting Nigeria very hard. Nigeria knows that this is the end of the road for them. Remember that Mazi Simon Ekpa told Tinubu, the criminal of Nigeria, that he will be his end, and that is what he's attending to. Many of you that they said, oh, Mazi Simon Ekpa has been arrested. They could not provide evidence of his arrest. They could not provide the prison, the county where they detained Mazi Simon Ekpa. The media is the biggest propaganda in the whole of Africa. You see channels, you see MTA, you see AIT, Ruben Abati, them, all of them, these people, they carry fake news more than you and I. But here, I am telling you the simple truth, that Nigeria is finished. They don't know where to stand. They don't know what to hold on to defend themselves. All the evil document that they submitted cannot be defended. So please, those of you who are worried about Mazi Simon Ekpa, some restrictions have been lifted by the Finnish authority because they know that Mazi Simon Ekpa has no case to answer. Thirdly, is that you and I remember that Mazi Simon Ekpa is a Finnish lawyer, and that Mazi Simon Ekpa as well is one of the government officials in Finland. He is indeed destroying Nigeria with his legal documentations. Fourthly, we are heading home. I know times are hard now. People are being unalived by this Nigerian terrorist army in our checkpoints. But please, self-defense is not a crime. If you can defend yourself in anywhere, because our soldiers cannot be everywhere at the same time, please do so. Defend yourself ruthlessly. Anywhere you see these Nigerian soldiers, if you can defend yourself when they come to attack, please do not hesitate, because in UN Charter, Chapter 51 said self-defense is not a crime. You can check what I'm saying. Please, our Prime Minister will join us very soon. And this is no longer a joke. We are saying to the Nigerian government, as Mazi Simon Ekpa will always say, brothers and sisters, the truth is that this is not a joke. This is life and people's property that this Nigerian government are destroying. Today, everything cannot be in public, and I still remain rosé. Remain blessed, Nigerian government. What is coming? You know what is coming, and you people are not trying to tell your citizens the truth, but we are coming very heavy. And Mazi Simon Ekpa is coming with vengeance. Believe that. Thank you.
Who goes to a community and kill innocent citizens that are sleeping at night, children and women that are sleeping at night? So you are so scared to face Biafrans, our Biafran Liberation Army, our Biafra Defense Forces. You are so scared to face them, but you are a coward to sneak into the night when innocent citizens are sleeping and massacre them. That is what we call cowardice. If you are truly the army, because you have no control, no rule of engagement, you are filled with terrorism, Nigerian government, Ebubago, why don't you face our defense during the day or at night, physically, and do it man to man? Why sneak in the night and murder innocent men, women, and children that are sleeping? That shows how cowardice you are. And we, Biafrans, we will get you. It will take time. It may take any moment, any time it takes, but you will pay the price. I just want to tell this to the cowards that are brought into Biafra territory by Hoku Zadima, Pitamba and Co., the Southeast and South illegitimate governors in our territory. You are cowards. If you have to sneak in the night to kill unsuspecting innocent indigenous, you are cowards. But we will engage you as professionals. We will engage you as men and women that have the training to defend their land, not in the night. Biafrans do not kill innocent people. The Biafra Liberation Army, the Biafra Defense Forces, we do not touch any innocent indigene. Our target are these reintegrated terrorists brought into our land by Ebubago, by President Tinubu, by the Southeast and South governors. Those are our targets, and we will continue to engage them in the right process. Thank you so much.
Ikwere people are Igbos. We are not from Benin. Even the late Oba of Benin wrote a book titled I Remain Sir your obedient servant. On page 19, he said he worked in the other district and he came across the Ikweres and the Ches, who are typical Igbos. So if the custodian of the Bini heritage could on record say that the Ikweres and the Ches are typical Igbos, you are going behind to say you are Bini. Man is saying no, you are Igbos. Nobody owns Igbo. And there is no superior Igbo, neither is there an inferior Igbo. Igbo has different language dialects. Ikwere is one of them. As a matter of fact, Ikwere is about the biggest. If you draw the census, Ikwere is the biggest language group in the entire Igbo land. One of our progenitors, late Senator Dr. Obiwal, whose son is here today, became minority leader of the Nigerian Senate. That was an Igbo slot, and it was given to him by his Igbo brothers. We are not begging, it's not a privilege for us to be Igbo. We are not trying to be Igbo. We are not looking for Igbo to protect us. We are Igbos. You can choose to say whatever you want to say. You can hold any opinion about Livingstone, but I dare you. I dare you. Whoever it is, I dare you. So you cannot, because of a post-war script and narrative, come here to undermine our identity. It is a colonial script to divide us, so we become diminished in the face of our neighbors. Our neighbors know our capacity. They know our courage. They know we are a global institution. That Igbos all over the world. Igbos all over the world. We are more than 80 million. I was talking to Chief Mike Okiro earlier on. He was talking to me about a man called Njoku, who is from Kenya. And he mentioned to me a particular Theophilus Okiro, who was one-time minister in the government of Kenya. Am I correct, sir? People have said, he's an Imo State man, and I asked, when he joined the police, did he join because he wanted to be IG and took reverse slot? At the time he was IG, we prided in this state that our son is the Inspector General of Police. And you're coming to say he's 75 and going. Today is this year is the 76th year on earth. What else? He has seen it all. We are not looking for endorsement. We are not looking for recommendation. We are not looking for acceptance. Africa survives on the strength of Ndibo. Africa survives on the strength of Ndibo. Every Ikwere man you see is an Igbo man. When you say Oha, Oyara, Nwanneya, can we do that in reality? Can Igbos in Rivers State, this idea of domination, Igbo doesn't own Ikwere. Ikwere is part of Igbo. So you don't come from Anambra and say, so when you come here, you respect your Ikwere brother and his tradition. When I go to Uri, I respect my Uri brother and his tradition. That's the way it plays. You don't come here and begin to exert any form of dominion or control. No. We are one. We are. I am because we are. Mbintu. So we are one. When I see my Anambra brother, I am proud that Anambra has the highest number of billionaires in Nigeria. I am proud. When I go to Imo State, I am proud. When I go to Ebonyi, I am proud. When you come to River State, respect your brothers from Ahoda, from Onega, from Ikwere, from Eche, from Amama, from Oyibo, including those who have spilled into Eleme or Krikan Kalabari, including some parts of Bayelsa. And I told them that Ikwere has an extension in Opobo, even in Boni. But Ikwere, I was telling our brothers today, not many community Delta State. There is a community called Irene. There is a kingdom called Iwere in Delta State. They migrated from Elele. They have a first-class king. In fact, one of their sons is Dr. Samuel Ajogbe, the one-time director of projects of NDDC, ED project. And he confirmed to me I'm an Elele man, but we're in Delta State by virtue of migration. I wrote an article titled, Indeed, What is Bini About Ikwere? And I wrote another article titled, Igbo Hates Ikwere, Igbo Hates Ikwere, the dummy they sold to us. Captain Elechi Amadi was confronted by Chidi, Professor Chidi Oswago. Why do you hate Igbo? Say, no, I don't hate Igbo. I am Igbo, but what I wrote against was the attitude and the treatment from the Aron people. That was personal. We should not, because there is a project to de-Igbonize the riverine Igbo and make the hinterland Igbo see us as enemies. And so when we come here, you want to subdue them. You cannot. We will keep rising. Although some of us here who are holding on to our heritage may not be much, but we need the support of each other to steer this ship. And if our hinterland Igbo brothers do not show us the reciprocal love and brotherhood, the other Ikweres who are willing to hold on to this heritage will hold back because they feel you're not giving them the sufficient protection. There are some Igbo leaders in the past who drove this idea of hate and domination. And today we are finding it difficult to believe in each other. So there's a trust deficit. So it has to be a deliberate and a conscious commitment to bring about the Igbo structure so robust, so that, because Satan does not fight one who has no great destiny. The war against Igbo is because of the destiny of the Igbos. Our greatness is under attack. We are under existential threat because of the destiny we carry. So you must not see them as Ndi Ikwere and Ndi Soma. Igbo. When somebody comes and says, speak Igbo language, the other time in our meeting at a People's Club, they say, speak Igbo. I started speaking Ikwere. Because Ikwere is Igbo. And he got offended. He said, no, speak Igbo. I said, no. This is my own Igbo version. You can't impose another one on me. The time for peace and unity is now. So I want you to know that we are here because, not because we are looking for people to cling on to. We're here because God says we should be here. We did not choose to be here.
Thank you, my fans. Thank you, everyone, for watching this video. Remember to subscribe with us, Magnetic Jigs TV, for we remain the best. Once more, Happy New Year to each and every one of you. More videos are coming. Share this video and let's interact in our comment section. I love you. We all love you.
Face Amechi, Jackson Omenazo, and the other yet unknown persons. Let's all come on board. Every move to divide us is part of the strategy to destroy us. Let's not give room for it. It's not about Mike Okiro. It's not about me. You can choose to be anything under the 1999 Constitution, so-called. You can, by virtue of the right to freedom of association, just choose to create any group. But you know, the more we create too many Igbo groups, the more we are not unified to fight our battles properly. There are too many. Everybody in Igbo land is a king. Everybody is king. It's killing us. It's killing us. Everybody is this. Please, I will rest my case here. We'll say to Chief Mike Okiro, sir, we love you and we look forward.
This is the end of our news update. Please click the icon on the top right corner of your screen to watch my next video. You will enjoy it. I will see you again in my next update. Enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye for now.